Hey guys, it's Paul. Hey, wanted to talk about a couple of things real quick in terms of jamming. When you get out there and you jam and you play, or if even with jam tracks, you know, just hanging out playing the jam tracks. Today I'm using a key of D Marine Band Deluxe, and I'm playing to a jam track. JimmyLeeBand.com is where I got it, and it is Every Groove a Bluesman Needs to Know, and it's groove. What is this? Groove Trax, JimmyLeeBand.com. This is number 15, Jimmy Reed Shuffle in the key of A, disc 1. So if you don't have these, I highly suggest a really good set of jam tracks. Lots of different grooves, lots of different stuff you can do. Anyway, a long time ago, one of the things that was impressed upon me, and I kind of got this from playing bass, because bass, you know, on the bass, you know, you're paying attention to root notes. Probably, the root is a very important. The root note is a very, very important thing to pay attention to, but it can also be kind of your savior. So you go through you go through your progression, and say you get lost. You know, you usually have the root note to fall back on. Watch this. This is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to play the root, which is 2-hole draw. So I just went through the whole 1-4-5 right up to the turnaround, just playing the 2-hole draw, okay, which is A on the key of D harp. That is your root, okay. So what does that tell us about things that we can do? Like if you go running off and playing, your passages and whatever, you always have that root. You're always going to return to that root. You've got the root to return to, and it's also kind of a safe haven. So if you get lost or if you get, stuck along the way, you know that note is there to save your bacon, right? A lot of this is about confidence, getting out and playing, and just having the confidence to take chances and have some fun. And that's what improvisation and jamming is really all about. These jam tracks are something that'll kind of help you work through all of that animosity or the inhibitions that you might have in getting out there to do that. So if you don't have them, I highly suggest you get some. And then have some fun with it. Second point that I wanted to make with this particular video was that you don't have to run around and be a real busy guy on the harmonica, or person, girl, gal, whatever, harp player. You don't have to be the busiest harmonica player. Sometimes the most value comes from the least notes. Watch this. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab onto a concept or a lick, and just kind of go off on it a little bit. Just playing basic stuff and repeating. That's the repeating thing. In jamming is another thing. If you're not used to the musicians you're playing with, or you're in a situation you're unsure of, find something in your toolbox that you can cling to and then repeat it. Okay. so a lot of repeating. The Sonny Boy Williamson-esque type. Warbles, the octaves. And you can use all of those kinds of things to kind of you just fill the void, take up space, repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, find, this is another thing, like with songs. Say you're playing a song, you know, you get out there and you're playing a song, you got a vocalist or a sax player, and there's an actual melody, you know, to the song. Like this is just a 1-4-5 blues shuffle, and there's no melody. Okay, it's all rhythm, bass, and drums. Okay, so this is counting on the harmonica to carry the melody. So the tendency with something like this can be, I got to fill the void, I got to play, I got to play, I got to play, right? And that's both good and bad. It's going to get you out of your comfort zone, and it's going to make you work harder. But at the same time, it might be habit forming. So keep in mind that it's good to find jam tracks too that have vocals on them, so that you can kind of get used to mimicking the vocal lines. Key to the Highway, that's a good one. I think it's actually. So you got, I got the key. So you're actually. So if you listen to that song, the harp parts on that song, I'm just using this as an example, but it's actually the harmonica on that song actually follows the melody line of the singing. Okay, so that's an example of something that you can use in your jamming when you get up there and you play, and the singer's been doing their thing. You know, you have the chords, like you can, you know, just jam on the chords. You can follow the melodies of the singer. You can just, you know, play the chords and get creative with some of the tongue blocking stuff. The splits and the octaves. And then you can throw like. Throw your bends in there and little, you know, just little notes in between. But you know, this all may sound, this stuff might sound, some of this might sound more complicated than it really is, and I might be throwing a lot out there all at the same time. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is when we feel overwhelmed, let's simplify. You know, simplify it. Find a couple licks that you can attach to and repeat those licks. You can play like a warble. You can play one of those warbles through the entire progression. And sometimes what will happen is that tension that creates in the music will actually be the thing that people remember. Look at James Cotton, some of the stuff he does on the upper end of the harp. When he's, you know, he'll hold one note, just one note through the entire progression. He'll hold one note, one high note, and it just sits there like the 9 blow. You know, it's just interesting how that works. But you don't have to play a million notes a minute to get up there and have fun. and you definitely don't have to do that to be impressive, because there's a lot of guys out there who don't play a million notes a minute and are extremely impressive players just by their tone and their note choices and the passages that they're choosing to play. So I hope this was helpful in some way. I hope that maybe the points that I'm trying to make were made and that they make sense. And if you know, for some of you this might be some repeat material, you know, for a lot of you guys probably already know this stuff, but what I'm really trying to do is help people who are fairly new at this, and who may have some fears or reservations about actually getting up and playing with people. Don't run away from that. Let's do it. Have fun and enjoy it. And if you guys have questions or comments, please let me know. I appreciate a lot of the feedback I'm getting from you guys, and you know, it's a community, and I think we all just need to kind of help each other and have some fun. Okay, take care, guys. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you later. All right, bye bye.